I told the girl that my money is gonna be here shortly at like afternoon or something like that. I got it. I really didn't raise $500, but right now it's an emergency that I need to raise at least $100 because I have to give her 2,000 baht, and she's inside the room right now, laying down.
Fellas, please, if you don't have money, don't travel. Um, See, you're gonna make everybody think that all American men are like this. At a high level, people are gonna think all Black Americans are like this. And for for guys that associate themselves with the passport bro movement, all I've heard over streams is that we are so high end, high value in America. And when we go abroad, we're going abroad because the women in this country are not the best. I will give you that. Yeah, we got problems with women in the West in general, not just in America. It's all over the West. Okay. I knew that as a 20-year-old, right? So this is not new. But if you're going abroad and you don't have $100 and you have to beg your audience, and you can't even do it in a nice way, you can't even tell a good lie, looking like you've never been to a barber shop. You know how much it costs to go to a barber shop in Thailand? Like $2, fellas. $2. Like really, you can take care of yourself. That's one of the advantages of traveling, because it's so affordable over there. Right? You can do that. So why are you sitting in the bathroom asking your audience to give you money? You're not even showing them any respect. I mean, at the bare minimum, can you show some respect to the guys that give you money? Like, go sit in a nice, quiet room and present your case. Let them know that you actually um, have something to offer them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get value out of the people you watch. And if you're not getting any value and you're still giving them your money, then it's like robbery. That's how I think of this. It's like you're being robbed. And I'll play that Jerello video so you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is a new business plan. Okay. What you're seeing right now is a new business plan. Instead of looking for work like you and me and everybody else watching and going to work, man, it sucks to go to work, man. Everybody knows that. But you got to train yourself so that it becomes comfortable over the years. That is, in essence, part of being a man. And you got this guy. I heard he's 40 years old. I don't want to believe it. That if you have a 40-year-old man that doesn't have $100 to his name, stuck in a foreign country, even if he's lying, like even if he does have it and he's just trying to scam, the fact that this is your major source of income at 40 is a problem. Okay. I would go work at a Walmart, be a greeter at a Walmart before I sit up here and tell people to give me money to fund my trips. For the 20 plus years that I've been traveling the world, I have not sought any money from anybody. If I don't have money, I sit my ass at home. It's that simple, bro. But what you're doing is you're embarrassing everybody. You're embarrassing your country. You're embarrassing your community. And you're shaming men, because women are on the internet. They're going to play this shit. They're going to say, look at those passport bros. They go abroad and they get stuck at airports. They get stuck in foreign countries. They can't get back home. I mean, how different are you from the people that walk the streets and beg for money? There's no difference. You're just doing it on the internet. That's what it is, man. It's very shameful. See, I grew up in a time where you couldn't even do this shit, man. You couldn't even go out and beg for money. You'd ask your family member if you needed money. At this age, You should have at least a credit card or two, so that if you need an emergency $100, you can get it from a bank and pay back after 30 days, like normal people do.
From what, it's just, you wouldn't think niggas would be like this. You're right. But it's like niggas is, though. So it's kind of like, I'm in a spot where I'm like, man, these niggas is bitches. Niggas is bitches. And I want y'all to know you is a bitch. And they know exactly who I'm talking to. So it just is what it is. It is what it is. That's a lot of bitch ass niggas in this on this YouTube, this app. It's a lot of them. No, Fresh Prince. I'm coming home, bro. We're not going to Thailand no more. We're not going to Thailand. I'm coming home. I ain't got the support I need to go to Thailand. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm gonna stay on another 10 minutes, then we're gonna wrap this live up. Thank you guys for everything. I'm gonna take this 400 I got. It's gonna be tough. I gotta call some people. Oh my God. I gotta call some people and see, can I get some loans to get myself home, man. I'm officially stranded in Kenya. If anybody has anything they want to donate to kind of help with, bring down the cost of what I'm gonna have to do to get home, I really appreciate you guys so much. Next time y'all will be hearing from me, I'll be in Westside Glen Park, Gary, Indiana, from Lil Adam's couch. Just got to put the funds together and I'm sick. I'm sick, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I'm sick. I'm sick for sure. So thank you guys. If you could send another 80 so I can have an even 500, that would be love. Nothing but love to you guys. Another good story for y'all to watch. Rello got stuck in Kenya, got stranded in Kenya, couldn't even get home. Something to laugh and kiki about over your kitchen table for your dinners tomorrow. So yeah, man, it's Rello. Detroit, your cam's not hooked up. Can't let you on. Can't let you on, Detroit, without your cam hooked up. I gotta kick you. Detroit Router. Let me see your face, then I'm gonna add you on. All right, G, cut your cam off now. You good. Cut your cam off. Cut your cam off.
It is off, Nick.
What up, G?
What up, man? So answer this. So answer this. You the other day you said you needed $400. And then you said the flight was 7. And then we see you in the video with 2 more girls. And now you need 9. What'd you do with the last 400?
I spent it because I had to get some more days. I didn't have enough. Basically, I had to keep tacking on days. You see what I'm saying? Basically, like I didn't have all of my Airbnb days paid for. You see what I'm saying? So I was paying out of pocket as the days go. You see what I'm saying? Basically. So it started dwindling down my money that I had because I didn't get enough money to. I didn't get enough by me not hitting the goal. I didn't get enough money to do what I needed to do. So I couldn't do what I needed to do. So I had to basically use the money to have a place to stay out here. You see what I'm saying? So long story short, I learned a valuable lesson. Have your B&B days fully paid for, so you don't have to keep paying out of pocket day by day. The way I set this trip up was just bad logistics. Long story short, so
right. But you instead of saying it was for the B&B, you said that it was for the flight. You said
but we didn't hit the goal.
So okay, so you ain't hit the goal, so you had to use that money to extend the Airbnb.
Yeah, exactly. If we would have hit the goal, that's what it. Yeah, we didn't hit the goal. I needed the 700 for the flight, but we only raised 4, so it was like, damn, you can't get the flight. Fuck it, just stay up until, you see what I'm saying? Give yourself some more time. Maybe I was hoping like I could give myself some more days to where we could do another funny and just get all of the money, and then it could be like you got it all in one whop instead of trying to piece it up, because piecing it up,
right? And it ain't was, you asked for donations, and then now you got two chicks with you. Like, you had to pay for them, so it's like, are you spending the money that we giving you for the donation on your B&B and some girls?
Yeah, because I still wanted to deliver some more content for the subs.
Yeah, but
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what sense do that make when you ain't got enough money to get home?
No, it wasn't about having enough money to get home. It was about making the most of the days I had here. You see what I'm saying? Like, because it was already like you ain't even going to your goal. So why shortchange the subs that donated that really just love you for the entertainment? I'm never going short. Like, that's why I think my subs love me so much, because I'll sacrifice myself for the entertainment of my audience. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like
sacrificing yourself, but then you get
for the entertainment of my audience. On my mom, yeah. And then I'm gonna catch you on the next one after this one, because I just don't. Your line of questioning started to get me irritated. On my mom, so that's what happened. I'm glad you came on, but that's what I do for y'all, bro. I gave y'all, when I say I give y'all everything, I give y'all fucking everything. I give y'all every fucking thing, because it's me. Remember that. I've sacrificed my own self to bring y'all the entertainment. There'll never be another like Rello. It'll never be. Because these niggas just care too much about self. They care too much about self. And that's the problem.
Figure out how I can move back to Ghana and make the same amount of money that I'm making here. It doesn't work that way. This is why a lot of the guys just marry other African chicks here, or sometimes they marry white women here, or some of them marry Black American women here. You guys are attempting to do something that a whole generation of Africans have failed to do here in the US. We failed to do this stuff. And for some reason, when you sit in your sick passport ball groups, you think that you could figure this out and you guys are all geniuses and you can do it. No, you can't. You're doing it when you're 20 years old, 25 years old, when you got no money. You haven't worked long enough to raise the money that is required to live like that. You're trying to ball through your 20s. It doesn't work that way, fellas. And you got fools like this sitting on the internet telling you that this is the life you want to live. The Europeans that do this do it in retirement. They do it when they're done working in the US. They do it when they've made enough money and they have that resource to be able to retire abroad. Plus, they get fixed income from the governments from which they came from, the US or the UK. That is the only time they're able to do it. A few of them even get burnt out and they still want to bring their girls over, and these girls run off. So this is a life problem that immigrants have failed to fix. And all of a sudden, these ninjas think they can go over there and fix that problem. You cannot, man. The only way you guys have been able to live there that long nowadays is because of YouTube and donations and selling stupid courses that don't add any improvement to people's lives. I mean, you're selling courses to incels and simps is all you're doing. There are no success stories. None of you is going to win. You know, exactly. Your passport bros, you guys, yeah, you're not compatible with Africa at all. And dare I say, you're not even compatible with Latin America. You know, I hear the stories from living over there. It's just not something you can do. You're going there when you're so young and you haven't built the resources for that kind of lifestyle. Europeans go there when they've already made money, when they've succeeded. Some even get international jobs. So they'll get, because they've gone to college, they've gone to community college, they have some international development experience. They get jobs with USAID, they get jobs with the UN. That's the only time they're able to do it. You guys are trying to do it on social media money, and you're doing it with channels that are like my channel, 8,000 subscribers. Where are you gonna get that kind of money? You know, if you were here, you'd be making 6 figures, you know, maybe upper 5 figures. You can't make that kind of money over there. You know, you spend your money, you give this guy your money, or you pay for his membership. You're not gonna grow as a human being. And for some, you know, you go in your chat groups and you got all these guys pampering you, making you think you're doing the right thing. No, you're not doing the right thing. You're spending your most active years focused heavily on sex tourism instead of building yourselves.
Oh, that's stop doing that. But if you guys have been in Nairobi and you guys know how things go here, this was pretty much completely avoidable. So guys, please, when you come to Nairobi, do not fall in love with the first woman that you see. Do not trust and just put all your faith into the first woman that you see. You got
No, that was not the problem. This girl has 245,000 followers on TikTok. That is a girl that's in contact, has a lot of people in a DM. She has 16,000 people on Instagram. You think that guy in Las Vegas, she just met that guy a year ago and moved there? No. Of course she's been talking to that guy before she even moved here. If you know African chicks, they don't usually talk to one guy, man. They don't. You might think that they're traditional, so they just talk to one guy. No, they don't. They also like to keep their options open. They might not be sleeping with all of them, but they like to keep their options open. Fit for a relationship. When I go in your chat groups of 200 guys, 300 guys listening, a lot of them, when I look at the comment section and even the guys that join the panels, the one thing I observe is you guys are not ready to be husbands. You don't even have an idea what that is. You've not been taught that. You may not have even seen one when you were growing up. So if you didn't see one growing up, get into a YouTube platform like mine that will highlight some of the key attributes that you're supposed to have in order to have successful relationships. They won't tell you that because it sounds too righteous in these other groups. It sounds really righteous for you to even call them out. Sometimes they don't let you even call them out, brother. You try to call them out because they all have, it's a group of collective minds. So if you have an opposing view, everybody thinks you're crazy. Fellas, that is the textbook definition of lunacy. You're an idiot. When you think that somebody with an opposing view doesn't know what they're saying just because everybody else in that group agrees with you. That is why you guys are in this place in the first place. You are amongst a group that is consoling each other and thinking that participating in sex tourism is a good thing. A lot of the guys believe that. They believe it's a good thing. Buying 304s, they believe it's a good thing. Traveling abroad and asking what the prices is at brothels, they think it's a good thing. When you are amongst a group like that, you're never going to develop mentally. You're never going to be fit for relationships. Even if you meet very good women overseas, they may not have, this girl may not have even planned to do this. You guys don't know that. She was with him for 3 years. I mean, was she a 304? I think she was, but I think there was also times that maybe she wanted to let this work out and settle down. But we don't know that until we hear her side of the story. But what we can deduct from just observing and seeing her social media and how she lives, she was not a wife in the first place. And I think the dude himself was also not qualified to be a husband in the first place. You can never run away from working on yourself, man. It sounds like a lot of people have been made to believe that you can do that. No, you cannot run away from working on yourself. It doesn't happen that way, man. And that is a key word right there, dusties. They don't want to admit it. I mean, who wants to be called out, right? Nobody does want to be called out. Nobody wants to. Everybody wants you to accept their worldview. And in this case, these guys know that it does not work. Like, you're trying to crack a code that has been cracked. You're trying to be pioneers of something. You've got two guys that have come back home broke and they're looking for jobs right now. You've got other guys that have been scoped and robbed in Latin America. You got a lot of more guys that have been robbed at gunpoint in Peru. I've seen it. I've heard it many times. You've got more guys that have died from taking too much of the scope juice, whatever they put in their drinks, and they don't wake up. At what lengths are you willing to go? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Are you willing to die for this mission? The mission of box chase in countries that you don't know, languages that you don't speak, places that you can't even eat the food. Is it really that worth it? Like, if you really want an African chick, there are African chicks in the US, right? There's some of them here. There are a lot of them here, actually. A lot more than you think. But do you know why you can't get the ones here? Because you got to step your game up a little bit. That is the whole point. You got to step up your game just a little bit. And most of these guys don't want to do that work. And the reason they don't want to is overseas, the women are not really requiring you to step up your game, at least initially. But when they become wives, they will want you to step up. And this is where a lot of you will fall off. So instead of spending all that energy in these groups, invest a little bit of that time into yourself. Take a look at yourself mentally and ask yourself, are you fit to be a father? Are you fit to be in a leading role in a relationship? Are you kind? Can you learn how to be kind? Can you learn how to treat people with respect? Can you keep a job? These are questions you need to ask yourself daily, monthly, weekly, however many times. And are you grinding enough? Are you working long enough? Are you working hard enough? If a lot of these answers are no, if you have multiple of these questions answered no, you have no business leaving the United States of America. You will not make it with any woman. There are chicks here. There are immigrant chicks here. All those chicks that crossed the border from Biden's time, they're still here. A lot of them are still single. Those are the Latinas. They are still here. There's a big African population here in the US. A lot of those girls are still single. But no, they're going to demand a little bit from you. They're going to demand that you are of a certain caliber. And deep inside, you're not. That is why you're taking the easy way out. And men throughout history never took the easy way out. The men that do take the easy route always fall off. And hence a dusty. Even this guy will fall off. It's only a matter of time. Just if I say that, he was criticizing me on the thing about the guy that bought that set up an OnlyFans on his a passport brother had an OnlyFans page, and he was upset that I called that guy out, and I was like, that is a bitch move. Men don't set up OnlyFans, women do. You know what I'm saying? So if I can't call that out, and then what are you doing? They just want a free pass. That's all they want. They just want a fucking free pass. And hey guys, I'm just gonna speak the truth, man. Especially with all the L's you've been taking lately, I think it's only fair that somebody at least speaks the truth.
Let's go. Smell. That's what you believe. Kenyan smell. You're in Kenya right now. You're suffocating. You're suffocating.
Most of them.
Arbi, you're suffocating. Okay.
Most of them smell.
Okay, Arbi.
Most.
How many women? How many women in Kenya have you dated?
I don't.
And do they all smell when you don't date Kenyans? Exactly. Because you already
because
have a
guess
because
what? Because the ones I dated,
hmm
they all had a musty smell.
Yeah, so if you dated women that had that smell, then why were you with them? Why did you sleep with them? Why did you marry one of them? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you marry one of them? I think this guy was just trying to be liked on these panels. You know, he was trying to fit in. You don't have to do that. You know, you really don't have to do that. And like I said, the people that complain, if you're complaining about a place, just don't go. You got over 100 plus countries you can go to. Just don't go. You know, don't take it over there. Don't make people not like you because of how you're treating them. You are in their home country. It's like same for us too. If I came here and I disrespected people every day, you know, and I didn't play by the rules, and I'm cheating and I'm lying and I'm stealing and I'm committing crimes, I'm sure a lot of you wouldn't want me to be here either. You know, so you should try and reciprocate the same when you go to these places, so that people will welcome even more of you. But the last contingent of guys that they've sent over there, they're not doing a good job. They're not a good, but that's the only part that I wanted you guys to hear on this, which brings me to this, and we've never done this before. We're gonna go here to get a preview of what men are running away from. And ask yourself, after we go through some of these things, if this is what we have available here, you know, I mean, this is not everybody, but if this is on average what we're seeing on these shows, on these dating shows, then I think a lot of the guys that travel should not even complain at all. You know, why are you complaining if this is your home, if this is made in USA, and obviously you're running away from made in USA, why are you complaining about Kenyan women and Ghanaian women? You should not complain. You should be thankful to God that you're not taking any of the ones that I'm about to show you.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name, baby?
Hi, my name is Ashley.
Ashley, where you calling me from, love?
I'm from Miami, Florida.
Say again?
I'm from Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida. How old are you?
I'm 37.
37. You have any kids?
I do. I have 5 kids.
37. How old are your 5 kids?
So I have a 20-year-old. She's in college. I have a 14, 13, 8, and 6.
2014. Okay, 2014, 13, 8, and 6.
Yes.
All by the same man?
My last 4, I was married, and then the first one I was in high school when I had.
So a lot of you will think that Nana picked an extreme case for team made in USA, but I've watched these ladies dating show probably for the last 2 years, and this is one of the better candidates, I promise you. Maybe the 5 is too many, but the storylines are the same. These are women that are having children out of wedlock, and not just one, and they are leaving their marriages. Even after all these children, they are leaving, having children with other men, and then they're coming on the internet asking for a new man that makes a lot more money than any man that they've ever dated. This is Team USA. So when all these guys go on these panels and they travel abroad and they shit on the women that they're coming across, I'm like, guys, have you forgotten what you got here on the ground? Like, this is Team USA right here. Like, this is a real human being. And if you don't believe me, I got her page opened up. If we go through the next 10 profiles of people that are looking for relationships, it might get even worse than this. But let's listen to some more.
Her, so she has a different dad.
Okay. Why'd you get divorced?
That was like years ago. We were super young. I was like 23 when we got married. So we just grew apart, and yeah.
They all say that you grew apart. What is grow apart? This is the Western woman. And look at the body language. She doesn't even see anything wrong with that. This is not possible in Africa. I don't care what anybody says. This shit is not possible in Africa. An African woman cannot do this shit. We shame till this very day. We shame people that live like this, that behave like this. And even the audacity to come on cam asking for a new guy that makes a certain amount of money. And she doesn't even see anything wrong with it. Again, a lot of you would say, well, Nana, you picked the worst. This is a dating show. We don't have all the hours. But if we did, you'll see even much worse than this. So I don't want to hear about some funky stuff in Nairobi because you don't have any options. You may think you do, but the data suggests that you really don't. I mean, a lot of Team USA is going to be like this. You don't have that luxury to be telling Africans what their women smell like and what they don't smell like. Like, you don't. You really don't. Like, the alternative is you got to stay home and deal with these. And there's a lot more of these. I live here, so I know this for a fact. There's a lot more of these. This is the daily presentation.
Was he older?
No, he was my age.
I just grew up
like a year older.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ashley, Miami, Florida, 37. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a registered nurse.
RN. All right, let's do it. We got Ashley, Miami, Florida, 37, Aquarius, mom of 5 kids, by 2 men. One was her ex-husband. Is the RN. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
So I'm looking for a God-fearing man, a provider.
You see the bullshit right there? She's looking for a God-fearing man. Which God-fearing person would have children out of wedlock? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. Which God-fearing person would divorce because they went apart? How do you divorce a man after 4 children? Like, you got no choice. You have no options on the market when you do that. I don't care how fine you are. You might find a sim to come in and out from time to time, but nobody's going to present you as a wife with that many kids. And you think they're crazy? Watch a little bit more.
A protector, one that's full of chivalry, knows how to wine and dine, romance, finance. Yeah, he needs to be, I'm not gonna say like fit, but he definitely needs to be healthy. He has to love God. If he has children, I'm definitely okay with children, but I don't want anyone that like disrespects a baby mom. He needs to like make sure he's taking care of his children. Definitely financially stable and clean. Yeah, he doesn't have to have like OCD, but I need somebody that's clean and somebody that's fun and yeah.
Okay. What about
and I don't like to be mean to people, but if I was to be honest, like, she doesn't even qualify for a homeless dude. She doesn't. Like, you got 5 kids by 2 different men. You should not be asking for anything. You should have no requirements at all. Like, literally take a lizard if you can. Take anything that comes your way at this point. But the Western woman is stubborn. It's the same ego that a lot of these guys are traveling with. They think they know it all, and they think that the world revolves around them, and it doesn't. And the moment you decide to lay down with a man that hasn't married you, or with the man that married you, but you decide to leave for stupid reasons like that, this is the source of your problems. And this is what I'm saying, that maybe instead of these guys complaining and dictating to to third world citizens how they should bathe their women, maybe they should just remember what they currently have at home. This is what they got at home. And a lot of guys won't say it, but I'll say it. I speak the truth, man. That's just what it is. I know sometimes it might offend somebody, but that's what the truth does. The truth, truthful commentary tends to not be received well, but this is really the truth. These are real people. Nobody's making this stuff. This is the last 3 videos that Kendra G posted today, 10 hours ago. You saw that on the screen, 10 hours ago. They are all asking for a God-fearing man after either divorcing a man, having multiple children out of wedlock, old as hell. And they're coming on these shows looking for a new man to start that cycle all over again. There is uniquely their host and the attendee have nothing feminine about their nature. None of these women will ever be wives. You know it, and I know it. None of these 2 women will ever be wives. So these men know what they have at home ain't good enough. Why are you going into other places to complain? Kenyan men are not complaining about Kenyan women. And they didn't ask for your opinions on their women. They're good where they are. They're good with their women. They married their women at a high rate. And they welcome any foreign man that comes in and marry their women too. But what they won't tolerate is people sitting on these forums and chat rooms and streams using prostitutes to measure all of them. When you go in there and you're buying box and you expect the box's underpants to smell like Gucci, what are you talking about, fellas? And somebody's got to push back. I'll say it, I'm not beholden to YouTube. I don't make any money from this. I'll say it. This is entertainment. I come on here to have fun. And I can speak my mind. That's the beauty about this. I can speak my mind, I'm not overly desperate for subs or views. I don't care. I clip this, I share it. If I get 300 people to watch it, that's 300 people that have a second opinion that they would never have had. But this is what I'm saying, that this is Team USA. This is what God has made for you. The women in Kenya are made for Kenyans. The women in Ghana are made for Ghana. The women in Brazil and Colombia are made for Brazilians and Colombians, respectively. When we go in there, we pick the little ones here and there, we should not be complaining. Because if we're complaining and then we don't complain about this, we're just being hypocritical. And that's the point I'm trying to drive home, that when they take that arrogance over there, they make it seem as if they're leaving behind something really, really great. And me and you know that it is not good in these streets. It is not good. You think these are the worst? I can go pages deep and you're going to see exactly everything the same. This is a big sample size here, and they all sound the same. And they all want the same things too.
But that's my eye. My eye just go to a chocolate one.
Listen, that's fine. And this is why I was defending Chris Brown, because I said ain't nobody more colorist than the women that call my show, because you just said you can't date a man lighter than dark.
In the real world, women like this shouldn't even have preferences. They should date anything. Like literally, like anything that comes knocking is game. But they still have their beliefs,
Your boy's doing good. I've been doing some camping, chilling out here on the African continent, learning more and more about Zambians. And salute, we'll be watched from Nepal. Salute to you, my brother from Nepal. Oh no, you were saying something. Oh, there's another Jirillo I saw on There's a Race. He was getting in trouble. You know what? Let me tell you this, man, and they don't like to hear this. All of these guys are troublemakers, and they are gonna make trouble everywhere they go. This is how they behave, man.
They're just emotional motherfuckers, you know? Young, stupid, naive, and oblivious to what life is. They have no fucking clue. And for those of you that don't know Africa, I'm in Africa right now, so you can't tell me I don't know this shit. For those of you that don't know Africa, they will get the fuck out of South Africa too. You know why? Because of crime. Okay? And I'll be honest about it, because I'm an honest dude, man. I speak the truth. Those motherfuckers will last maximum 3 months in South Africa. They'll get their asses out of there too. South Africa won't chase them. They will chase themselves because of the crime. And now you've got really you've got people that are stateless and homeless. They don't have an address. They're just moving like grasshoppers from one destination to another. Let me get to this emotional guy. What are you talking about? My wife? You don't have a wife, man. You're some fat ass motherfucker sitting in the basement, jacking off, you know, getting all emotional. Come here, I teach you manners, man. Let me teach you how to be a man. That's what you're all are lacking, man. You don't know how to be a man. How do you follow little kids, kid greatness? Fucking Austin Holloman. He was a barber, okay? A barber that didn't have shit in Dallas, Texas. I lived there, so I know he didn't have shit over there. And then he found the internet, and he found that you could pay for box overseas, and he got a whole lot of incels excited. But we'll get back to this. You know, people are sleeping, but man, I want to talk about this. I'm having a good time, man. I love to see you motherfuckers fail because you're a failure from the start. Anyway, I already told you that. I'm 20 years your senior. I can see ahead of you. I fucking told you you're gonna lose. The foreign men you're with, they don't love you. They've told us. They've said it in Espanol all the time. The ones in Africa have told us. Because you're fucking lames. It's not because you're American. It's not because you're black. You're fucking lames. That's why they don't like you. They just like you. They're around you because you got dollars. And that's not a fucking secret. If that was a secret, why will a 55 to a 70-year-old man be chilling with a 20-year-old in the Philippines? Are you fucking out of your mind, guys? What are you talking about? They don't love you. Get it out of your stupid heads. They don't fucking love you. They just love them dollars. And you're going to keep losing. Now, the guys that listen to me, that put in the work, they have better outcomes. They get wives. They get women that want to be on their program. And they're kind men. And they treat their wives better. Oh, man, please share with me, classic man. See, I was camping yesterday. I was in the woods. I barely had internet over there. I don't know what is going on, so please share it with me. But man, I came today fully energized because hey, there's some news out of Colombia too, and I think we'll talk about that tomorrow. They're just catching L's everywhere, man. And the reason they are is not because you're traveling abroad to be in a relationship. They're catching L's because they're fucking lames. That's what nobody's talking about. These guys are losing because they're fucking lames. They're oftentimes uneducated. They're not confident. You saw that O'Shea Duke Johnson video I played a few months ago. They're not fucking confident. Some of them are horrible orators of their own language. The one English language they speak, they're horrible at it. So they can't even hold conversations with these females. Who's gonna want to deal with you, man? Lame motherfuckers.
No, I'm in my house, and it's like a brick low. It's a brick wall, a stone wall, right here with two walls next to me. So behind me is a stone wall.
You have a microphone? What's going on, David? Where you calling me from?
Oh, I'm calling from Georgia.
You heard a question? Even Kendra G, this is the start of the interview. She's like, what's going on? She knew there was something fucking wrong with the dude, right? You could tell. You could tell. It starts with, what is going on? This is a black woman that runs a dating show. The first question she asked of this guy is, what is going on? They haven't even had a conversation. That is a lot of your passport bros. And if you doubt me, please go watch their live streams and Make note of even one intelligent conversation. You will not hear one intelligent conversation from that group. All they talk about is vagina. This is a lost cause for men to be preoccupied with vagina and not want to live life to the fullest. Guys, it's so easy, man. It's so fucking easy. But these are the guys that are going over there. All the Jerry subscribers, all the Austin Holloman subscribers, except for the guys that are monitoring. You know, some guys will subscribe to monitor, just to check it out. Like Kobe. Kobe subscribes just to monitor, to check them out. But the guys that like those contents, you think like, dude, this emotional guy in the chat, man, bro, you think like people just kick you out of their countries for no reason? Brazil gets you out. Brazil kicks you out for a sub 25-year-old man. Then Brazil says, we don't want your kind over here. Get the fuck out. Then it goes to Nairobi, Kenya, one of the most liberal and most welcoming cities in all of Africa. And it gets kicked the fuck out. If you get kicked out of Nairobi, you will not fit anywhere in Africa. I get tired of them taking L's and embarrassing every black human being that walks this planet.